Hi everyone, I'm going to go over my professional e-portfolio with you. I decided to add a home page because it just kind of worked a little bit better in my brain, but it has a picture of myself and then some directions on how to navigate the site. So underneath the candidate info, I decided to do an introduction video rather than write about myself. I just felt like that was a little bit more personal. I include my personal and professional goals, my exploration stage, and then where do I see myself in 2, 5, and 10 years. My technology philosophy and my leadership philosophy are directly in the website rather than linking to a Google Doc. My resume, though, I did include as a Google Doc because I just liked the way that it was formatted, and I think it allows the viewer to see the whole thing. Underneath the activity evidence, the professional development plan, I actually put this off a little bit longer than I planned on because I was just trying to wrap my brain around it. But once I got done, I was actually really happy with it. I liked having to go through the rationale and, thinking about what was the main idea behind the professional development, because I think sometimes professional development happens because, hey, we need professional development rather than what do teachers actually need to get from this. So I actually ended up really liking that piece. My activity evidence, I did my first activity evidence on the Google Classroom. So here's my training video, my presentation, and then my article that was about hybrid learning. My second activity evidence video was about career conversations, and that's something our school district is really going to work on this year. My presentation here, and then my article was about setting goals for personalized learning, which I thought went really well with the career conversations piece. My activity evidence 3 was about creating a Google form. Here's my presentation. And then my article is about assistive technologies to support learning, and this one is actually about using digital pins, which I found actually pretty interesting. My extra resources, I used a lot of the activities that I used throughout the program or created throughout the program, so I decided to do using Google Hangouts, using Google Classroom, and this is showing students how to access the Google Classroom. Using HyperDocs because I use a lot of HyperDocs in my curriculum. I chose to use my FERPA staff training because I thought that was really interesting and actually really important when we're dealing with confidential information. My next one is using technology to maximize critical thinking, and this is actually probably one of the first presentations I created, and I really enjoyed creating that one. My next one was my Brush High School student website. I actually created this as we moved to distant learning. I'm going to actually click on it so I can show you what it looks like. It gives directions on how to register for next school year, the student council information page, and counseling, and then some student links that they might need if they need some assistance. So I also included my backward design unit. I, again, kind of dreaded this section, but once I got done, I was like, man, I really like doing that, so that was really cool. I created this infographic using Canva, and then my last one is creating a quiz or an assignment in Google Forms, so that was a training I actually just created. Moving on to the evaluation, I included my peer reviews. I actually had quite a few people do peer reviews. But my external one was by a coworker, and I got a lot of great feedback from all of them. So this is actually something I really enjoy doing. I was glad to put all of our work together in one place. I loved organizing all of it, and I really liked looking at everybody else's stuff too. So I was glad that this was kind of a good end to my master's program, and I enjoyed working with everybody.